Welcome, 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 welcome. Om Jai Saima. I honor the divine feminine in me. I honor the divine feminine in you. This is good to be together. I'm taking a moment to drink, to take in all these beautiful faces of everybody on the call today. Shalom Aleichem, peace be upon you, peace be upon us. Thank you so much for taking the time, taking the opportunity to be on the call together. I think everybody is muted until we unmute them, correct? And we all okay, technically? I've got a thumbs up from Heather. That means everything is okay. Such a great joy. We have a great call ahead of us today. I welcome you first of all here in my heart in Israel, in Shiviti Center, in our center here for conscious evolution. It's been very much alive in these days here. A lot of courses, a lot of practices, a lot of students, and many here are inviting all of you to come and also visit and practice with us here in Israel. So please know that you are very welcome. And I heard that there's also a great celebration in Christmas in Brussels happening on the 15th, if I'm not mistaken. So many great things are ahead of us. And of course, the Kumbh Mela is coming, and I'm already pretty much in it. Every day, sleep and breathe and thinking Kumbh Mela. And there's going to be a few students from Israel coming also to the Kumbh Mela. So I'm looking forward to growing our community and being together. Yes, it's really exciting. So again, thank you for taking the time, and I think we'll dive right in, and I invite everyone. You hear me okay? Okay, it's all okay? I got some thumbs up? Yes. Wow. I love you so much. That's all I can say. And you find some moments in life there's nothing else but love. I don't know. I think I'm supposed to talk and to share something with you. That my chest is pounding. It's like something is exploding inside. I think I feel my little skin body is expanding in this moment. You know, in these days, I've been working hard this last few weeks. It's been a lot taking place. Sometimes I capture myself, wake up in the morning and you know how the task list, I wake up and I'm like, am I supposed to be in a meeting with Sridevi or with Yaganand, or is this my session course, or this, that? And I'm like, wow. And in that there's a lot of grace. There's a lot of Shakti. And when I'm just in the call with you, I think I can totally relax and be present and be vulnerable with that love that it just explodes out of me. And sometimes, we try and we make an effort, and I make an effort, and it's all for these moments to remind me that it's all about love and it's all okay. And maybe there's be one or two more teachers that I can educate, or more students that I can work with, and maybe class one or more less, and it's okay. when it's coming out of love. So I have immense gratitude to all of you, because these tears of grace are tears of love and the preciousness of our togetherness. At each time we are together, it reminds me again and again what it's all about. And this belonging. And being a part of something that is way bigger than me. Like I cannot do it or make it. Yet when I'm a part of us, part of this teaching, part of community, it's much, much, much bigger than me, and I can flow in that, yeah? And have a sense of belonging in that, and knowing in that. And brotherhood and sisterhood. So that's why I am with you today. So you'll have to take all of that also. Let's take a deep breath in our hearts. And I welcome you into my heart, into the heart of Ma. Into that grace that I know in my life since I know Ma. The grace that welcomes us into the path. The grace that opens the door for us one day. And one day we choose to go in through that door. And that grace can show up for each one of us in different ways, you know. Saima can be one of them. A flower in the middle of the day can be one of them. Our friends. This moment in life. And when the grace comes and the door opens, I can only say for myself that then I have the choice. As right open in front of me. And I know the day I met Saima and the day I got introduced to this path of Dharma, Sanatana Dharma, practice. My life has been transformed. And I know that that grace touches so deeply each and every one of us. I welcome you to take a breath in that grace that brings devotion in your heart. That devotion, that love that makes us drunk, that makes us cry like a child in a day, that makes us admire the flower, that makes us to open our eyes and really see each other like we see life for the first time in our life. And I know I feel like that with you in this moment. And I welcome you to see the open door in your own heart right now. Be present to the preciousness of being aware and conscious of this choice. The choice to enter. A choice to take another step. I welcome you. I invite you as a child in that innocence. Being conscious with our choice. And if the decision is there, let us take a step together. In another door that we don't know what's on the other side, perhaps. The unknown. If we may, take a step together as a community also. Into that unknown, into another place of love, into another place of vulnerability, into another place of truth, of longing for the divine. In another way, rest assured in the infinite embrace of the Shekhinah, the Mother Divine. Ma. When a place within you that we may call a soul sends you a hand, will you reach out for it? When our hearts reach it out and call us, would we listen? When life gives us the opportunity to once again be open, would we join it? Would we decide now to be courageous? Listen to the beating of our hearts. And yet, another step. Allowing ourselves to be dissolved in that infinite embrace of love. Imagine creation had a womb, within it a heart. Oh dear beloved heart of creation, inhale me into your own breath so I can dissolve and merge in that infinite love that is. May I become in that that pulsation of thy heart, thy will, thy wisdom. Allowing this mind of mine to be a vehicle for thy creation. My heart to express the passion and the love to all creatures, to all creation. His words being of praises and actions being a fulfillment of manifestation. And every step that I take. And let us take another breath in that yearning of us, that welcoming of us, that longing for that love, for the self, for the purity. And welcome that, saying yes to that consciously. Let us offer in ourselves as in our collective mind, unified mind, as community, to become more and more harmonious with each breath now. Share this pure pulsation in our hearts with each other. See, acknowledge that common longing in each and everyone's heart, the devotion in each and every one of us, the dedication, the decision, the actions that we take that brings us together as a conscious community, a spiritual community, a Sangam, a family. Realize our commitment for each other's evolution, transformation. Our commitment to stand for that infinite potential in each other to be manifested fully in our lives. Offer the blessings of our heart now. As light, as love to come and touch each and every one all over our European community. And expand beyond borders and countries and cultures. Taking a breath, a powerful breath, and all the love and grace, and inhale it down, down, down from your feet or down into Mother Earth, into the core of Gaia. Yes, our beloved Gaia. Gaia, planet Earth, is a being. She's a cosmic being. She's a being, a living being. Acknowledge that. In her core of her being, there's a beating heart also, with a rhythm, with life. Yes, exhale, exhale, breathe. Allowing our roots to embrace and welcome Mother Earth. Gaia is awakening, is rising up, is lifting up. Offer our blessing, offer our gratitude. The journey that Gaia had done for all of us, humanity, she had to forget herself from her consciousness, yes. The moving to forgetfulness allowed the descent of consciousness to allow us, humanity, to evolve. Let's offer our gratitude for the sacrifices of her for us. And breathe with love and gratitude in that. How grateful we are. How grateful we are. Welcome, welcome this alignment, this resonance with the beating heart of Gaia, the awakening, acceleration of light, consciousness. Welcome. Touch this planet with our gratitude. And deep, deep breath. So much gratitude, embrace in everyone. Another breath, yeah. Another breath, gently opening our eyes. Another breath. There's one law, the law of tissue. Do you know the law of tissue? We have to have tissues with us everywhere. I totally forgot. I just totally forgot my tissues. Oh my God, I do apologize. I can use my tissues in front of all of you, correct? I forgot my tissues. I mean, I've been teaching for so long. I should know better than that, no? The law of tissue. Okay. How are you? I don't know. How is your heart from 1 to 5? You can just raise a few fingers so we can see. 5 is a lot of love. 4 is a little bit less. 1 is, I don't know, just waking up, you know. Ooh. I don't know what happened right now. Someone shared the screen, Heather. I have no idea. Maybe it's all the fingers there.
Yeah.
We're back.
The
That's
love
okay.
exploded into the screen sharing.
Totally. Mm, okay. Our hearts are okay. You know, spiritual practice or sadhana, the word sadhana comes in Sanskrit. I mean, spiritual practice. Spiritual practice or sadhana is taken in order to fulfill a certain intention. Or we may say a cause, okay? And sadhana is created, our practice is created to first of all fulfill this huge longing of every human being, the longing for the self, the longing for love, the longing for that infinite expression. I'll share this beautiful section with me today, I'll share with you. To fulfill that longing, to take us to remember, to realize truly who we are, to know ourselves as love, as pure love. And sadhana and the practice is based on, if I can say based on, I don't have the right words, on dharma. I don't know if you heard the word dharma, Sanatana dharma. Dharma means the right action. Okay. Sanatana means eternal. That which is eternal. It's beyond, it refers, Sanatana dharma refers to that principles, the laws of life, the laws of creation, the laws that govern our how to behave, how to be in a life that will lead us to this fulfillment of our purpose as a human being, to know who we are, to be this magnificent love embodied in this vehicle of body. Dharma is for that, yes? And when we say Sanatana Dharma, Sanatana means that eternal, meaning that laws, that principles that came as that eternal truth beyond religions, beyond colors, beyond traditions, beyond even a certain time, okay? The eternal. That is Sanatana Dharma. And I love to share today and to be inside of that teaching, the practice of Dharma, of Sanatana Dharma. What is it, Dharma? What is the principle? What principles I live my life on? Do I have principles and guidelines in my life that guide me? Do I accept the laws of life to practice them? As a part of this community, there's something that is this. There are principles that we take upon us. What is the dharma of our community? There is some guidelines, principle that we say that we are in that way with each other. Some traditions, they give it written very clear. Some religions take from that essence of spiritual principles and brings, like the 10 Commandments, one shall not lie, or, honor your father and mother, like it's based on seeing love and light within everything. So that's also Dharma. Well, we're talking here that Sanatana Dharma, that essence of spiritual principles that apply to all life. When we choose that this is our path. So for me, all of you chose already. If not, you wouldn't be on this call. I mean, you wouldn't come here to just look for tissues, correct? Maybe, I don't know. We came together because we already chose. We made a decision even, to take upon ourselves a dharma. For example, I took a dharma of a monk. There's also specific dharma. A monk has a dharma, you know, some principles and guidelines dedicated this life to carry the fulfillment of the teachings and the lineage and the legacy of them, and to serve body, the self. You know, we have it's a dharma. There's a dharma for being in business also. There's a dharma for being householder also. They're very important guidelines for that. And there's that Sanatana Dharma, the core essence. For example, the law of attraction, the law of attention, yes? Can we not say that the law of attention, how many times Saima has been teaching us the law of attention? Yes. What I put my focus on, the energy I put my focus on, what happens to it? I can't hear you. It grows. Yeah, now I heard you. Isn't it? That's a principle. That's a law of life. Okay. And don't we have a principle to always see that there's light, God's self in each and every one of us? It's a part of our Dharma, Sanatana Dharma. I'd like to read something to you. See if I can do that. From Ma's writings. Fulfill your Dharma now. Do not waste a second. Do not wait. You have this precious birth. For what reason do you celebrate your birthday? To celebrate your precious birth? So if it's precious, use it. And do good action with it. Think good thoughts. So you always feel uplifted. You see, the good action, the good thoughts, that how to carry and what is the principle that are guiding us. So we totally take our life, this life, yes, we decide, I'm going to use this every moment, every second for my transformation, to fulfill the Dharma, to fulfill the purpose of my life. And I'm going to practice that. It's not that I'm not making mistakes and forget and go off. I come back, practice fulfilling that, yes? I'd like to take a few moments and to hear from you and from some of us about what it is for us and how does it show for us in our lives. There are laws of life that we take on us. There's principles. Do we see Dharma? Do we see the place of there's laws and actions that are the right actions to take and the right way to be, and I follow it. Values that I take upon myself, that I cherish. I vow to say, okay, I do my best to be in integrity, honor my word, for example. This could be values, principles that become a part of what we create for ourselves as what is our Dharma. So I have again a couple of great, first of all of you are great. Let me don't make that distinction. Also are great teachers. They're making a lot of effort now. They put in their certification. I don't know if they really think we'll accept them or not accept them, or they all feel that. I'm not sure if they're nervous or not. A little bit. I don't know. Let's see. So I'll love for you, Noel. Can you share with us something? Are you nervous a little bit? You just okay with that. They just apply for the certification. I think it's due in a few days. I mean, you can't believe how many emails I'm getting about that. Oh my God. I thought it would be just simple, it's just an application. Oh, and it's just like, oh my God, have mercy on me. Are you a little bit excited and nervous, Noel?
I'm always excited.
Oh!
About this life, I'm excited.
Awesome. So share with us a bit about Dharma and your experience in that.
I love to share with you all about Dharma. I can only see a few of you, but the few I see is so great to see you. So Dharma, Dayananda asked me to share about this and maybe a little bit of a personal experience, like when I sit on the beach and there is the ocean and the sun and I have nothing to do and no responsibilities and I feel this joy and expansion. Everything is fine. But when comes a challenge where I don't know what action to take, what I watch happening to me is, I give you an example. I have a little charity in Romania, and in the village we are, and we host 200 street dogs, and about 150 children of Romania come to see us, to be with the dogs, and this is all a love and light creation, a seva as we call it. So a few weeks ago, the mayor of the village we built this park on 2 hectares on, made a TV commercial and said to his village and actually to whole Romania that we are not welcome and that he wants to shut us down. So you could imagine my first reaction is fear-based and shock. And the second reaction was, okay, I need the best lawyer for Romania. I need protection. I need to defend this place. I need to fight for this. I'm the mother of this. How do I protect my children? So all that happened in my head was war strategies. Speaking to lawyers, speaking to powerful people, seeing what to do. A few tell me, look, we can shut this lawyer down. Others tell me, look, this costs you so much money, you can't do anything. Other tells me, look, you came to do seva in a country that is so dark, so corrupt. You should just close down and leave. Enjoy your life. What are you doing there? So, Dharma, what is my Dharma? My Dharma must guide me in these moments of darkness, in these moments of what now? Especially in these moments when it's about much more than me. So, as a student, as a disciple of our beloved Saima, I can do that. Because I have tools and I got teachings. So I move into my heart and I ask, what is this situation? What do I do? So what comes up is compassion for myself to feel these reactions of fear. For this mayor, whose action is fear-based. That's okay. And I wait in my heart until I can feel the love for myself, for all my efforts, acknowledging myself, and acknowledge the mayor as doing whatever he must do. It's not of my business. And in that, surrendering in that, my action was nothing. No action, but prayer. And instead of closing us down, the threat disappeared. And that experience was so amazing for me. And thank you so much for being able to share it with you.
Yeah, thank you. So powerful. And I would say, when I'm hearing you, when I'm looking at that, I'm looking for a principle that guide us. I think it could be the principle that everything that happens for us, everything that happens in life is an opportunity to transform ourselves. And I see and I hear you took responsibility, you took an action for your own transformation first in that, and then you had a prayer, maybe you'd have done something else. The principle that, okay, everything that comes is an opportunity for me to look inside of myself, become more aware of who I am, meaning what is it for me to transform, where is it for me to grow. That's a principle of our Dharma, that guides us. And then it brought the fruits. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Noel. Anyone else here, any one of you, could you think about some values, some, I don't know, guiding principles, some that you have in your life that you can see, oh, this is for me, this is something is important for me, actually, maybe I don't follow it all the time, but I like to practice following that, and it will guide me in my life of my path. Anyone? I don't know, Heather, do I call them and they raise their hand, or there's a way to...
They can just unmute themselves, or
Just unmute yourself.
There's no hand in the meeting.
There's no hand here. There's just like 5 fingers. Yes, full hands of love.
And they can wave their hands if they need me to unmute them.
Anyone? Now let me wait so long because Lisa Gwynn, let me hear anything from you. You okay? You can speak. Yes.
Oh, okay. I was trying to change it. For me, the service thing really does it. I just, when I feel, even if it's just something very simple, it doesn't have to be a big thing, but when I meet people in, just the people I meet in everyday life, and I like to feel like that when I leave them, that I've contributed some way in a positive way to them. And yeah, when I have that feeling of service, it fills me up inside. That's something I try my best to do.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? Yes. Go ahead.
Bernadette.
I'm Jeje Saima.
Saima.
One of the guiding principles I'm doing when I'm driving a lot to work, from work, and anyway. And I'm always polite and very cautious when I'm driving. And many times I give yield to others and let them to come in or go out. And many times it turns out that I know them or we recognize each other, or we just met in the shop, let them to go ahead of me in the queue. And then when I'm driving away from the shop, I'm just passing them, and it turns out that they just practicing driving and just like meeting new people, get to know new people through kindness and politeness. It's very funny that instead of aggressive reaction, if somebody is slow in traffic, try to park in somewhere. Many people are very impatient. And then when I see who is the driver, I know them from the hospital, I know them from the town. It's so funny. So it's so funny that suddenly the place starts to be too small and we know each other. And it happens very often now.
Yeah. Thank you.
Just like,
Yeah, that's the principle of kindness.
yeah.
So the principle of kindness guides you there. And it's something we practice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone else? You see, because when we speak about Dharma and something we hear about in these books, these preachers, it feels like, wow, this is something like over there. I don't know, one day, I don't know, enlightened masters, they practice Dharma. No, we practice Dharma every moment. This is it, that kindness, this, Noel in her transformation, owning something, you know, being in service, that's it. That's that work. That's the core principles of our work. Yeah. Anyone else?
Om Jai Saima.
Om Jai Saima.
One principle I discovered for me this year is to move gracefully, moving with grace and honoring my body.
Yeah, I mean also physically moving with grace.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I know there's grace there, and there's the practice of honoring the body that I'm here from there. And how many of us we hear, you know, in our practice, Ma is always teaching us to work with the body, to honor the body, transform, divinize the body. Yes, some practices are just, okay, let's just be free of all of these. No, yeah, definitely we see all life sacred, also this body. Yeah, it's a very important one. Thank you. Thank you. Gwen, you want to share with us? You wanted to share with us something.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, yes, I'm going to share about Seva, which is fully part of Dharma for me. Because when I offer Seva, like real authentic Seva, so selfless service, it's like myself with the small s is aside or is at the service of this higher self shining bright light, which is at the service of the planet, service of everybody, service of the animals, service of everyone I meet on my path. And it fills me up, and it's so beautiful. It feels like I'm just here to serve and to give and for someone else and not only for me. So it's so beautiful. And when I am in this state, I can feel just in pure oneness, there is no separation, no illusion, no separation, just oneness, just unity, just connection, it feels like it's empty and so full at the same time, and it is aligned. I feel so aligned when I am serving. I am fully in the present moment and fully aligned. So for me, it's really part of Dharma, because there is this alignment, there is the full present moment, and this connection with every single person, this love, this devotion for people I'm serving, devotion for the animals, for the kids, for the planet, for every single just being. And it's so beautiful. And for me, it brings freedom, it brings gratitude, it brings humility, it brings all these things that are in Dharma for me, and it brings fulfillment. I just feel so fulfilled when I am doing Seva, and it feels like I cannot think a lot, because I just am, and it's so beautiful. And like, I think so lately I really experienced real Seva, and it was so beautiful. Just I haven't realized before what was this Seva. I was just helping, or I had expectations, and lately I didn't have any expectations. I was just there, no expectation, just doing what I had to do to serve, and it was so beautiful. So yes, for me it seems like it's part of Dharma. And I don't know if I was clear, but I just love this. And this devotion, it really fills me up. It's so beautiful, this devotion. So yes, thank you.
Thank you. Well, I'm sure we felt it. Yeah, the principle of service. And so many other things are coming through that are guidance in our Dharma, as you said. Our gratitude, unity, action. Remind me something. Thank you. One of my writings. The more one performs Dharma or right actions, the more devotion increases. And the devotion burns the samskaras. And then veils are lifted, and true knowledge and wisdom are revealed. Samskaras we can look at as our contracted patterns of behaviors, challenges. Yes, these are samskaras. They are imprints from this lifetime, other lifetimes. Okay, karmas that are contracted, fear-based. The more one performs Dharma or right actions, the more devotion increases, and that devotion burns the samskaras. And then veils are lifted, and true knowledge and wisdom reveals. I think in this short phrase, we can see the whole foundation of our practice. You see, okay, like saying to us, there is Dharma, there's right actions. You know, we can go around, you know, try many things, do and go there. Yet eventually come to a place, okay, this is the way, you know. Yes, it makes sense. Self-service, yes, it makes sense. Compassionate, that's the way. That's the right way. That's the right action to do there. Take ownership, that's the right action to perform there. You know, and when we accept that and we practice that, as Masha, when, you know, in the beginning, it might be action, and it might be action without total dedication of devotion. That's okay. We just take an action. You know, I practice. You know, maybe I'm not fully like in the sky and full of love and light. I practice being kindness, you know, like that, but I'll say a nice word, you know, I practice, and then I practice, and I practice. So we are not required to be in the state of totally love or whatever to practice, just to practice. So yes, and when we say yes, we take it, that's it. You know, no second choice, take it, you know, and practice. So in masters, in action, and naturally, when we perform that right action, yes, what will naturally come? Naturally, devotion will come. It will provoke, it will bring the devotion. It will bring, don't worry about that. Don't worry about the love. Like Gwen, you said, you know, I was just doing myself in the beginning. It wasn't like I fully devoted there and feeling high. I was just doing myself, doing action, and that brought that love, that brings the devotion. And then what happens through that? All of that contracted behaviors that I have, maybe addictions that I have, you know, all that behaviors that leads me into suffering, they also dissolve through that because I'm performing the right actions all the time, getting, you know, great behaviors and patterns, and it dissolves, yes? And when all of that dissolves through this action, through walking the path, and you know, one thing I remember in my life, I had a lot of difficult times. I don't know if you know me for many years. One thing I remember in this most difficult time, to take another step. Step by step, another step, and another step. Just take another step. Perform something, take one step. Eventually it accumulates and something opens. And Masters, when that opens, the teaching said, when that devotion comes, there's some scars, they're dissolving, and then the great wisdom, the great knowledge, everything reveals itself out of us. Naturally. What do you say? Emily, what do you say? Would you like to say to us something about Dharma, what it is for you? And if you speak French, it's okay. I think we have translation.
I speak in French.
Yes.
Aujourd'hui, pour moi, c'était une action toute simple. J'ai eu le choix. Des gens cherchaient quelque chose, des touristes cherchaient un chemin. Et je suis passée. Et puis, je me suis dit, mais non, je vais les aider. Je vais aller leur proposer mon aide. Et je me suis retournée, je les ai regardés et j'ai attendu. Puis je me dis, mais non, vas-y. Et je suis allée vers eux. Et voilà, et je les ai aidés. Et après ça, c'était lumineux pour moi. C'était tout. Une action toute simple. Voilà.
I can translate quickly. So today was just a very simple action. I saw some tourists and I felt called to go to them. And I just went and I waited and I served them, I helped them. And just in that action, I felt so luminous, just from that small, simple action.
Thank you for sharing that, Emily. Merci. From that simple action, yeah? And we may say simple action, yet what a powerful action and what a powerful impact it is. And, you know, for me, one thing I'm taking from that and a reminder is that it is a practice. Okay, it is a practice. It might be kindness is the Dharma that I'm taking and the right action, and perhaps not always I act in kindness, then I return to that. It's a practice. It's a practice to come back to that. It's a practice to return to that. It's a practice to remind us, what is the purpose of this life? We took birth, celebrate birth, for what? Remembering every moment. There's a right action, there's to perform, to move on. The devotion will come through that. Purification naturally will take place. Wisdom, knowledge will come through us. Our hearts become even wider open. All I know to say in French is je vous aime, je vous aime, je vous aime. That's all I know to say. And that's what my heart says. I love you. I'm so grateful. Our next call together, if I'm understanding correct, will be on Monday, December 17th. So please put it on your beautiful calendars out there. Continue this satsang, this conversation of truth, this coming together in Dharma, in Sanatana Dharma, and learning, practicing. Let's take a deep breath in our heart. And another deep breath. In Ma's words, grace manifests herself in many different ways. Nevertheless, the first way is the performance of good actions, Dharma. When one allows the Shakti, divine intelligence, energy, to express herself, this right action comprises the practice of meditation, japa, practice of mantra, remembrance of the divine, pondering and contemplating the highest truth, surrender and devotion. The more one performs Dharma or right action, the more devotion increases. And that devotion burns the samskara. And then veils are lifted, and then knowledge and wisdom are revealed. Beloveds, please practice, each of us in unique, so unique, study, steadiness, and itself is grace. Devotion is due only to the grace, and the grace is granted only out of devotion. Only through grace is one liberated from the duty of the world. The grace and Dharma and love, let us expand that in our hearts. Offer our blessings to each other. Accept the blessings of each other. Rejoice and celebrate each other, our togetherness. Om Jai Jai Sai Ma. Om Jai Jai Sai Ma.
Om Jai Jai Sai Ma. Thank you very much.
Om Jai Jai Sai Ma.
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 Om Jai Jai Sai Ma.